and welcome back to the vlog. Today, we're not out on the road, we're not in the gym, we're not running. We are in the kitchen, where today we're going to do a one-pot crock pot meal. It's a variation on pulled pork that's a lot healthier for you. We're going to use chicken, and instead of the sugar-laden barbecue sauce, we're going to use chipotle peppers and an adobo sauce. So over here I've got my ingredients for prepping the chicken itself in the crock pot. Dark chili powder, diced tomato, black beans. I've got the chipotle peppers in adobo sauce here. I've got some garlic, some vinegar, and some fajita seasoning. You can use taco seasoning. I also have the one thing you're going to have to slice and dice if you don't purchase it at the store pre-done. I have an onion for the meal prep. We're going to use one measuring spoon, one small cutting board, and one knife. That's all the cleanup you're going to have outside of the crock pot. Right now all we're going to do is slice up the onion. For the onion in this recipe, you can use a sweet onion, you could use onion powder. I prefer a onion with a little bit of a kick. All I'm going to do is cut the onion. We want this to cook down quite a bit, so I'm just going to take some thin slices, maybe 1/8 of an inch, slightly thicker than 1/8 of an inch. And I'm going to keep the halves separated, as I'm going to put 1/2 in each of the crock pots. Now if you wanted to dirty another pan, you could always sear these onions, get a little color on them in a frying pan with a little bit of avocado oil before putting them into the crock pot. Alright, so now I've got the onions cut. Now the chipotle peppers that are in the can, they're relatively large. If you don't want the big pieces, you can also pull the peppers out and slice those into quarters, halves, as small as you would like to. I'm probably just going to take them about in half, maybe quarters, depending on the size of the peppers. So I'm going to take a minute, I'm going to clean these out of the can and just probably slice them lengthwise and then once in half, and then we'll combine this. So here we are with our crock pot. We're going to set the timer on 6 hours and the temperature on low. The chicken's going to take anywhere from 6 to 8 hours probably before you can fork pull it, but we're going to check on that. So we're going to set it for 6, low to start. You can do this in about 2.5 to 3 hours on high, but I much prefer chicken when it's done low and slow in the crock pot. So we're going to start off, just going to put the chicken into the crock pot. And now we're going to cover it with the other ingredients. We're going to add about 1 tablespoon of dark chili powder. We're just going to sprinkle that onto the top of the chicken. And you don't have to cover it fully. The juices are going to come out and spread the flavor around. But we're going to put that roughly equally. 1/2 tablespoon of the fajita seasoning. Same thing, just sprinkle it atop the chicken. Now we're going to add our minced garlic. I prefer the minced over garlic powder. We're going to use just less than a tablespoon here, about maybe just a little bit more than 1/2 tablespoon. Next we're going to add some apple cider vinegar, 1 tablespoon. We're going to make this work for everything we've got today. So next we're going to take the onion and chipotle peppers that we had sliced up previously. We're going to put those right in on top of the chicken as well. Chipotle peppers as well. We're going to slide that right on. Now, you're going to have some stuff left in the bottom of the can, so go ahead and make sure you shake that out and get all the good stuff into the crock pot. We're going to take our can of diced tomatoes and we're going to pour that on as well. Again, just kind of covering everything up. If we add the black beans now, they're going to turn to mush in 6 hours of cooking. So we're going to add these at the very end, right after we shred the chicken, and put it back in to marinate a little bit longer. Here we are, some 8 hours later. We're going to take the chicken out of the crock pots and we're going to shred it, and then we're going to recombine it into one crock pot, put it back in the fridge for overnight. One crock for you. Okay, now that the chicken has been freed from the crocks, using 2 forks, or your bare hands, we're just going to shred the chicken.
You had less than I did.
While the shredding is continuing, I'm going to drain out some of the juices from this crock. I'm going to try and preserve as much of the onion and the chipotle peppers as possible out of here. And we're going to combine it into one crock. While the shredding is continuing,
It's done.
I'm going to put the black beans into a strainer and rinse them off real quick. And then we'll combine all the ingredients back into one of the crocks. Okay, so we've got a quick rinse on the black beans. That's the first can in. Now we're going to combine the shredded chicken into the crock. Add in the good stuff from the first crock. Now for meal prep, this can be used for burritos, tacos. You can use it cold on mixed green salads. To really help this flavor seal in, I'm going to put this into the refrigerator overnight before we do our meal prep with it tomorrow. So for now, that's it. Flash forward 24 hours and we've got our refrigerated crock with the shredded chicken, chipotle. For tonight, I'm just doing one portion each for myself and Coach Shannon. So I have the skillet with some avocado oil. I'm going to take the onion and peppers that I have here, put it into the skillet on the stove. Onions first for just about 2-3 minutes on a medium low heat. A little bit of the fajita seasoning sprinkled on there. And then we'll come back and we'll put the peppers in just a moment. Once the onion begins to brown up just a little bit, we will take the peppers and put those in to the pan as well. Spritz just a little bit more avocado oil on the veggies. A little bit more fajita seasoning. And let this go for another 3 minutes or so until they start to soften up. Now that the vegetables have begun to soften, we're going to take a portion of the chicken and put it into the pan to heat up as well. Push the veggies off to one side of the shredded chicken mix. Put that in to warm up as well. I'm going to let this go for about 4 to 5 more minutes, but I'm going to turn the heat down and put a cover on so that the meat heats thoroughly, and then we'll serve. Okay, now that everything's heated back up, we're just going to create 2 portions out of it, add it to our greens with the avocado on the flatbreads or the wraps. Looks like I've got a little bit for seconds as just roll it up and enjoy. So with that shredded chicken, we took and make a burrito fajita wrap out of it. That's enough for our dinner tonight. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, click the like and subscribe below. There'll be more to come.